Welcome to American Indian and Alaska Native Living, a program designed to educate and inspire listeners throughout Indian country. American Indian and Alaska Native Living is hosted by Dr. David DeRose, a board-certified specialist in both internal medicine and preventive medicine. Dr. DeRose has a wide range of experience with Native health issues, and he is here today to help you learn more about your health. Here is Dr. DeRose.
Welcome to our show today. I'm Dr. David DeRose. Today we've got an amazing show. I really believe that. I know you like to think that the host would think every show is amazing, but this is really a great show because it deals with adversity. It deals with overcoming adversity, changing your life, and changing the lives of those around you. My guest is Barry Shore. Barry, it is great to have you with us today.
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, and good-looking people. Now, David, how can I make the categorical statement that all the tens and hundreds of thousands of people that are watching and listening to you are all good-looking? Because by definition, if they tuned in to this particular show to listen to Dr. DeRose, they're always looking for and finding the good. That's a good-looking person, David, looking for and finding the good.
Well, Barry, my only regret about having you on the show is that I didn't have you voice some of my, breaks and announcements. You got to listen to Dr. DeRose. You can see Barry is an enthusiastic fellow, but there was a time in his life, Barry, if I'm understanding it correctly, that you could not even speak. Am I understanding that truly?
Absolutely. Imagine the following. Standing up in the morning, hale and hearty, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, and that evening be in the hospital, totally, completely paralyzed, not from an automobile accident, not a spinal injury, a rare disease that I never heard of before, David, took over my body and rendered me what's called a quadriplegic. Nothing in the body moved. I couldn't speak above a whiz, nothing. 144 days in hospital. I was 2 years in a hospital bed in my own home, and I couldn't turn over by myself. I was 4 years in a wheelchair. I had braces on both my legs from my hips to my ankles. That was progress. Thank God today I'm able to be vertical and ambulatory with the help of a 7-foot walking wand made for me by a Zen master, but I still can't walk up a curb by myself. I can't walk upstairs by myself. I have help 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, but you hear my voice. Positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant. And it's all because of one word, David, one word.
You've got us on the edge of our seats. What's the one word, Barry?
Smile. But not just the word smile, it's the acronym. We love working with words, and we like finding the power and the positive aspect of every word. SMILE is the greatest acronym you'll ever internalize, utilize in your body. So listen to this. SMILE stands for Seeing Miracles in Life Every Day. When you can see miracles in your life every day, the ability to get out of bed. So for me, after years and years and years, opening my eyes, able to move my arms, put my legs over the side of the bed, and with help, get out of bed, seeing miracles in life every day is the key to living in joy daily. And as David will tell you, I am the ambassador of joy.
Now, one of the things I appreciate about you, Barry, is whether people like your musical intonations or not, you're definitely someone who's bringing joy and enthusiasm to life. And some folks are saying, okay, this guy sounds like a pretty interesting character. They're wondering a little bit about your life history before that cataclysmic event. For those who are medical listeners, the diagnosis, I've read your book, at least part of it, so I know that you actually ended up with something called Guillain-Barré syndrome. This is something that we in the medical field do see occasionally, but like you said, it's a fairly rare condition. And you were a highly functional, productive entrepreneur before that. Tell us a little bit about the Barry Shore before quadriplegia came knocking on your door.
Glad to tell people, because from the perspective of what people call success, Barry Shore was also the embodiment. I had all those things that everybody wants. Thank God, still today, happily married. At the time, it was 27 years. Now it's 44 years to the same woman. Her name is Naomi, and she is remarkable. If it wasn't for her, I would just be protoplasm. We took us many years to have a son. We had one son only, but happens to be a fine fellow. He's married. Now he has two children, but at the time he was still unmarried, he was only 17. And I was very successful in business. I had two multi-million dollar exits to public companies. I held at the time 3 US patents. I had, thank God, a wonderful family, lots of friends. So everything that people would want. Now, did I ever have adversity in my life before this? Yes, the natural flow and ebb of business. Did I ever fail in business? Of course. I actually went bankrupt one time. And I had the challenges of life, but life was miraculous. I just didn't know enough about it so that I could become the kind of giver that I am today. So the good Lord said, Barry Shore, I need your attention. I'm going to put you down for a little bit and make you a quadriplegic so you can really appreciate and have gratitude and then go forth and bring it to the world. So now, David, I am blessed to have a wonderful mission to bring forth the 3 fundamentals of life. And when people understand these 3 fundamentals, they can live in joy daily, no matter the circumstances. The 3 fundamentals are, number 1, your life has purpose. And when you lead a purpose-driven life, you go to number 2. Now, this is number 2, meaning on the list, not the number 2. You go MAD. And MAD is a great acronym that stands for make a difference. You lead a purpose-driven life, you make a difference. And number 3 is uncovering the power and the secrets of everyday words and terms. Just like we said, smile. A simple other example is what we're doing right now. We are being carried worldwide through something called the internet, right? Both audio and video. But it's, if you ask anybody, what does www stand for? Invariably, they'll tell you the internet, of course, right? That's true. But in our world, the world of the positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, www stands for what a wonderful world. So whenever you see www from now on, everybody say, what a wonderful world. And what is a word, of course, and a big tip of the hat to Satchmo Louis Armstrong for enabling that song to go viral and touch not just tens of millions or hundreds of millions, but billions of people around the planet. So the ability to take ordinary words like www, smile, or as I got to tell you a quick story, David. My 8-year-old niece comes over to me a few weeks ago and says, Uncle Barry, can we spell smile S-M-I-E-L? And I said, I thought about it. Smile. It sounds the same. Why not? I asked her, how come? She says, because then it would stand for seeing miracles in everyday life.
Okay. So at least she's connecting all the dots. So, Barry, you are not only an ambassador of joy and an enthusiastic individual who's been sharing your story throughout the world, but you're also someone who's putting tools in people's hands. It's not just your concepts, you actually have resources and a website. Tell us a little bit about that. We're hoping folks can stay by for the whole 1-hour broadcast, but we may be releasing certain portions of this show. Others may just be viewing or listening to a small segment. If they're tuned in now, how can they learn more about the kind of joy that you're promoting?
Thank you, David, for the opportunity. And I want to make mention that this show is not about David DeRose, wonderful that he is, or Barry Shore, enthusiastic as he is. This show is really about you, YOU. And it's all about you becoming the best you possible. And there are many free opportunities to learn about the strategies that Barry Shore has articulated. It's called the 11 strategies for living in joy daily, no matter the circumstances. So I urge everybody, go to www.whatawonderfulworld.barryshore.com, BARRYSHORE, barryshore.com. I'll give you one example. It's a free gift at the website. It's over $50 value. And you use it, you get it, you are going to be in the process of learning the practical tips and tools, David, practical things that people can do. It may take 55 seconds or 2 minutes in the day, and it will enable you to live your life with greater enthusiasm and purpose. And isn't that wonderful? And by the way, the result of that is you will be healthier and wealthier. And who doesn't want that?
So, Barry, we want to know what this $50 value gift is. Is it a secret? Do I got to go to barryshore.com guillain-barre.com to learn about it, or are you going to tell us right now?
Well, it's a secret, but we will expose the secret right now, along
Okay.
with one of the strategies, by the way. The secret, the gift involves the three of the strategies articulated by me on video for free. It involves the ability to get what we call a touch of Barry. That's the newsletter on Thursday evenings or Friday morning, depending where you are, which has some insights into living in joy daily, no matter the circumstance. It has the ability to access me in webinars once a month for free. And that's far in excess of $50, but that's what we were selling the package for. I decided, let's just give it away, because it's important that people understand that there are tools to move you from what we call a joy deficit into a joy surplus, and without printing trillions of dollars. So we can do this. You can do this. You become the best you possible. When you're the best you build bridges, you create more joy, happiness, peace, and love in the world. What a wonderful way to live.
Barry, you've got a message that I know is resonating across Indian country and beyond. And your story, I think, when people hear about someone who basically went from having, quote, everything to having nothing, really, as I read your story, you got the same kind of instruction that a lot of people get from the medical community when you're diagnosed with Guillain-Barré, and that is, you may not pull out of this. How did that resonate with you?
David, you have touched upon one of the most important aspects of living life to the full. I was told very pleasantly, very nicely, by well-meaning doctors and others, now, Mr. Shaw, you're not going to walk again, but we'll have help you. We have accessibilities, certain things. We'll be working with you. And in my mind, did I accept that and say, okay, or did I think, what are you talking about? Of course I'm going to walk again. And by the way, I still don't walk like you do, meaning biped. I'm a triped. But what's the difference? But here's the key, the secret, David. The words are, and this I teach people who have go through adversity, the words are: diagnosis is not destiny. Diagnosis is not destiny. One of the free gifts that you're going to receive when you go to the website, www.barryshore.com, you're going to learn the 6 most important words you'll ever utilize, internalize, and leverage in your life. And these 6 words are: choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. I choose to be happy. I choose to live in love. I choose to live in joy daily and to share with others. By the way, share stands for spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy, because that's what happens when you're a giver and you share, right, David?
It does. It does. And Barry, I think one of the exciting things about what you're doing is you're trying to really help people grasp some of these concepts that you've learned by experience, and you're putting them into easily memorable phrases, words. And I really like that as far as kind of a memory device, a mnemonic, if you want to use that term. So thanks for redefining for us what joy is, and to smile. And did you say going mad? Did I get that right? That you're an
You
advocate
got
of
it
that?
right. MAD stands for make a difference. David, everyone can make a difference. When you learn how to be a spiritual chiropractor. So people know what a chiropractor is, right? You go in, you're not feeling so well, so they move your neck and crack this and move that. Oh, okay, that's the body. But our abilities as human beings, given by the Creator, the ability to affect not just ourselves, but everyone around us when it's done right. You become a spiritual chiropractor. How do you do that? By aligning your thoughts in good, your speech in good, and your deeds in good. You are now what I call a doer of good. You're the ultimate dog. You're the top dog. You're a doer of good. When we do that, we bring hope to the world. Hope stands for helping others progress every day. The joy of living can be summed up in one word, David DeRose. Dr. David DeRose. Giving. Becoming a giver is the most important thing you can do in your life. Be a fountain of gratitude. Remember, www, what a wonderful world. Like my 8-year-old niece, seeing miracles in everyday life. Doesn't matter how you spell it, how you pronounce it. create the kind of world we want to live in, causing rethinking, enabling all to excel. That's really the key of life. How you see the world makes a difference. Because when you do that, as you pointed out, David, then you can say to somebody honestly and completely, did I tell you today how much I appreciate you?
Mm-hmm.
You make a difference in life. Remember, you lead a purpose-driven life, you make a difference. What I'd like to do, David, is give a big hug to you and then leave everybody with a blessing. So here's what HUG stands for: Harmonizing Unlimited Giving. Harmonizing Unlimited Giving. 1, 2, 3. And our blessing to everybody: go forth, live exuberantly, spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Go mad, go make a difference.
Barry, it has been a joy to have you on the show, and I guess I could say nothing else with someone who is the self-proclaimed ambassador of joy. And by the way, it's not just self-proclaimed, even your publicist agrees. Barry Shore is the ambassador of joy. Hopefully you've gotten a smile today and have picked up some new mnemonics, some new memory devices that can maybe help you put one foot in front of the other, even if you feel you can't, even if you seem to be unable to do it on a physical basis. Barry's been giving you those tools to deal with stress and help you do it in a very real way. Barry, thank you so much again for joining us. And thank you to each one of you who's tuned in either to the video or the audio edition of today's edition of American Indian and Alaska Native Living. I'm Dr. David DeRose, as always, wishing you the very best of health.